Hi, I'm Shar. I was recently on an Ace Fiction panel and we didn't have time to answer all the questions. So I have gone through the unanswered questions and I've kind of paired them up and we're going to do a few videos answering them. The first one is book recommendations. I'm going to include in the description a link to a Google Doc where I've been collecting links to Aspec databases, lists, reviews, making lists of my own for links to access other things. So I would recommend starting there because some of those databases are going to let you sort by genre. So the first question is, can you recommend a book that isn't YA and isn't sci-fi fantasy? So for me, that would mean recommending a lot of romance, like Upside Down by N.R. Walker or Blank Spaces by Cass Lennox. Those are my top two favorites. And unfortunately, I haven't delved much into like the mystery genre or horror, so I can't recommend those. Although I am about to read Rick by Alex Gino, that's children's, which isn't YA. That's probably not the direction the question asker wanted me to go in. And then the second recommendation question was for gray and demisexual fiction. I'm going to recommend For a Good Time Call, which I think is number 17 in the Blue Water Bay series. It's in the high teens, but don't worry, you don't need to have read any of the others. It's a male-male romance. One of the romantic leads is gray sexual, and this book confused me a bit because I thought gray sexual was random and infrequent sexual attraction, and that demisexual was infrequent sexual attraction that happens after there's an emotional bond and then sticks around probably. But the co-author of this book identifies as Grace. Gray is sexual. And I'm not one to question people's usage. Maybe it was kind of a blending of the two. I don't know. So that would be my recommendation. Oh, and I really appreciate that in For a Good Time Call, the Grace character has a character flaw that has nothing to do with his sexuality. His sexuality really isn't questioned, it just is, and it does impact the pace of the relationship and, discussions around how a relationship would work. But it's never like, but why are you Grace? So I really appreciated that. And in the document I'm sharing, there's lots of, Ace reviewers. There's plenty booktubers who review Ace books. That's what I was trying to say. There's lots of sources out there that have these recommendations. Bye.